morning and welcome back. I am Penny from So Charming Quilt Shop in Clanton, Alabama, and we are going to do our normal Saturday morning thing around here, Subscriber Spotlight. That is where we highlight you guys and what you have made, and so everyone can see what you've done. Everyone seems to love this. I love it. I love seeing what other people are working on, and it's fun to see them done in different ways. Well, the first one is that we did a quilt about a year or so ago, and the video that we had made was called How to Make a Quilt from Square One. And it's how to make the quilt from fabric to already bound and ready to use. Well, that pattern was from a book that is no longer in print. And Mr. Gary wanted to make that one, so he mimicked ours, and it turned out beautiful. Mr. Gary lives near us. His name is Gary Blaylock. He lives not too far from the shop and comes in quite often with his wife, Miss Becky. Well, Mr. Gary and Miss Becky together made this quilt, and it is fabulous. They changed theirs up, which is fun to see. My background was white. He used black. You'll see the difference in it if you go back and look at mine as well. But let's take a look at his because it's beautiful. With his, he made 48 blocks and added a 3-inch border. He trimmed his squares down to 10.5-inch squares. He made them 6 across and 8 down. So the blocks were 6 going across and 8 going down. He said that with the border and everything added on, the quilt measurements ended up being 66 inches by 86 inches. That is a good size quilt. Well, he quilted it with a stipple pattern, and let's take a look at it. One more thing before we do. He also included a picture of one of our mugs. We have some mugs in the shop, and he said that I needed to make sure and tell everyone that he's using his So Charming mug and that it's getting cold, and well, that'll keep him warm while he's quilting. Let's take a look at his quilt. Didn't he do a great job? That was Miss Becky in the left side of the picture. But Miss Becky and Mr. Gary both together made that quilt, and I loved it. It's so much fun to see the different quilts of what everybody's making, and well, that was our first for today. He did great, and she did great. So thank you guys for turning that in. Mr. Gary also later in the week sent another picture of a quilt that he had made for his daughter this week, and it was a Grinch quilt. He bought the fabrics at the shop. If you love the Grinch, well, So Charming Quilt Shop is your stop. I love the Grinch. I have so much fun making stuff with the Grinch that we have just about every fabric that they make of the Grinch. We have tons and tons of prints. Everything that you see in Mr. Gary's quilt is fabrics that we have at the shop, and then a lot more. So take a look at what he has made and look how cute it is. I also made one, and I'll link mine into the description below the video so you can see the differences of what you can do with panels. His is fabulous. I liked mine as well, but his is so cute. So let's take a look at his and see how creative he has been. And remember too, when you're looking at Mr. Gary's quilts, he only started quilting in January. Wow. I don't know where he's at in numbers now on quilts, but a while back he was at 13. So to start in January, and he's got to be by at least by 18 or so now or more. But, well, let's take a look at this Grinch quilt. Wasn't that great? The Grinch is so cute. Anyway, he did a great job with that. We appreciate that. He also added that he quilted it with the pattern called the star. So thank you, Mr. Gary, for turning that in as well. We also have another subscriber. The next one is Miss Kathy Stadler. She is from Linden, Michigan, and has sent me a message saying she's coming down in October. I can't wait to see her. So I'm glad that she's coming down, but you guys wait and see what she's made. She's made some recent projects, the first of which is a quilt that she is giving for a friend that is having a baby. So the first thing is a quilt. The next two pictures are of some bags that she has made. And she said she's gifting those to some friends that have had a positive impact in her life. They've been a positive influence, and she wanted to give them something, and that's what she's made them. They're really pretty. So let's take a look at what she's submitted. Miss Kathy, you did a fabulous job on that as well. They are gorgeous. I know your friends who are getting those are going to love them. All of them. The quilt and the bags. So I'm sure they're going to appreciate that. You did a great job on those, and thank you for submitting those. That is all we got this week. We always ask you guys to turn in some projects that you've made because everyone likes seeing them as well as I do. So if you're wanting to turn one in for next week, turn it into sewcharmingquiltshop@gmail.com. It's SEW charmingquiltshop@gmail.com. I'll be sure to show those in next Saturday's video. We would all enjoy seeing those. It doesn't have to be quilting. It can be crochet, it can be knitting, it can be painting, pottery, doesn't matter. Anything that you have made or someone has made and gifted you and you would like to show everybody what it is. So turn those pictures in if you have them. If not, well, sit back and watch for next week because there's some creative people out there and it's just fun to see what everybody's working on. Until then, I am going to get to the shop and get working on some projects that we've got there. Come home, work on some more projects here, and try to do some more videos for you guys. I did one this week that was so fun. If you haven't looked at it or haven't seen it, go check that out. It was a panel of a Santa Claus, and it was his face. Well, when we got the bolt in, the last panel on the bolt was cut in half. How that happens, I'm not sure, but it happened. And so instead of throwing that away, we made it into a door hanger for the front door of our shop, and it looks like Santa is peeking around the corner. It is so cute. I knew it would turn out cute, but it turned out so much cuter than I expected it to. So, well, that was fun. And we've had a lot of people contact us and purchase that panel and cut it in half. Mine was already cut in half, but they're cutting it in half to do that, and it is going to be just as cute. So thank you guys for watching this video and our other videos. Please like our videos and subscribe to our channel. We would appreciate that. Also, there is a hype button. If you swipe over on your phone or device you're watching it on, then you can see a hype button. If we get a hype, it helps us out tremendously. I believe someone said, I'm not sure, but I believe someone said that you can do three a day, I think it is. Well, when we get a hype, what that does is it moves us to the top. So where we might not have been viewed or when you search something, we might not show up at the top of that search, the hype button helps us raise up on that search. And that helps us a lot. So we would appreciate that. I know some of y'all have told us you've already done that, and we appreciate that. That is all I've got for you today. I am going to get to the shop, get started on projects, and, well, get to work. I hope you guys have a great weekend doing whatever it is you like to do. Hopefully it will involve the sewing room at some point in time. But until then, till next time, I'm going to have to sign off and say, well, happy quilting!